Hey everyone! This video was recorded on June 8th, 2024. The current temperature is 62 Fahrenheit, 18 Celsius, or 17 Celsius. And I'm going to be walking around the town of Eagles Landing here in Stockbridge with my brand new Hohem iSteady M6 gimbal paired up on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra with an ND16 filter from Freewell. This is a pretty expensive setup. The Hohem iSteady M6 is a $200 gimbal. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra retails at $1419.99 US dollars, and the ND filters were $100 alone, $30 for the case. So this is a pretty relatively expensive setup, and I want to see how well it works using the onboard optical image stabilization as a bonus. We should get pretty good looking professional footage that has motion blur in it. For me personally, I like recording at 120 FPS for my own benefit as well. But ooh, that was a nice car. 120 FPS with motion blur looks very realistic. And at the moment, YouTube only allows for 60 FPS, but it really looks good played back on a 120 Hz capable display. With that aside, I'm going to walk around Eagles Landing. I'm going to do two videos actually. I'm going to do this video using the regular wide angle lens, which has sufficiently more detail rather, and the ultra wide lens, which has a lot more not a lot more detail rather, but sufficient detail. I tested out the ultra wide and low light and it was alright, but or not even low light, changing low light, like dim light. I wasn't impressed, but I'm going to see how it does in regular daylight. But without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and let you guys enjoy this tour of Eagles Landing here in Stockbridge, Georgia, here in the United States. See what you guys think for yourselves. You can watch this video at 120 Hz right away on your own Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, since it has a 120 Hz display. Here's Interstate 75. We're on exit 224. And this bridge was built in 2005. And just another note, as we look at this amazing highway over here, I have the shutter speed at 1/125th, the ISO is at auto, the focus is on center, auto white balance, and the microphone is at omnidirectional, or just omni. It's kind of dangerous what we just passed by, that opening in the fence. Pass. All right, here you go. I like the highway divider going on here. The median way is pretty nice. I think 120 FPS video is a pretty slept-on setting. It's not really mainstream yet at all as far as streaming or video sharing, content creation on social media yet, but I think it's a good idea to really look into this setting if you want super clean, realistic looking video and you want my setup. Everything will be in the description below. That's a cool white car. Good tail lights anyway. Adjust this real quick. Here we go. This gimbal is pretty comfortable to hold. When you hold it from the tripod clamp and your index finger and thumb on the actual gimbal itself, it's more manageable. Here's Walmart, their gas station. If you're watching this as a tourist video and you just want to know what the area looks like, they have an electric charging station up ahead, which I'll show in a second. Somebody was trying to do donuts over here. As you can tell by the tire marks. These are 4, maybe even older, 4-year-old charging stations. They've been here since about 2020 or so, probably 2019, but hyper fast, up to 350 kilowatts. You can actually zoom from the gimbal using that orange little small lever. It's pretty rough in the transitions on the software though, using the stock camera app. I do have to say, trying to finagle my fingers to adjust and hold it better. I'm going to switch to my right hand now and roll my scooter with the left. I usually record my videos with my right hand anyway. They got a variety of styles for the ladies there. And shoes as well as dresses. A phone repair shop over here. GameStop. A diamond shop. Oh, look at this. Here, the bird already flew off. It's right there. Now I have this gimbal on PF mode, but I'm going to start to put it on. I'm going to put it on PTF mode, which means pan, tilt, and follow. I just had it on pan and follow before. Here's a Dollar General, or Dollar Tree rather. So you can basically just point your hand to where you want it to record, and then it'll do it for you on PTF. I'm going to try something real quick because the exposure is all over the place. I'm just going to keep it at autofocus and auto exposure by just touching the screen, and that'll keep the exposure locked a bit better. Instead of it varying how I just did, trying to adapt to the different lighting scenarios. And also I could just adjust the ISO as well, so it doesn't keep doing that, since it's pretty stable lighting. Unless I'm looking directly at the sun. I don't necessarily need to do that, so I'm going to turn the ISO from auto 80 to 50 is cool. ISO 50. I have more control over the gimbal, so I'm going to do PTF. There you go. It's not really a need for tilting it right now as well. I put it back on auto ISO. This is a tourist video and camera and gimbal test all in one. So if you want to use this setup, you can get as much data as you need to out of it. I have this at autofocus, but I have the autofocus locked still on the camera, but the ISO on is back to auto. So we had some shadows there. And this transition's pretty nice to different lighting scenarios anyway. It isn't abrupt too much, but I also think this does HDR 10 plus on the stock app. But I've tried third-party apps as well, and it works pretty well with it. There are some frame drops though, however, from time to time. Coming up next, I'm going to test out the ultra-wide angle lens in the very next video. I ran over an insect by an accident. I didn't mean to. That's going to happen at some points, unfortunately, if I don't see it. I have this big scooter here as well. There you go. See if it focuses now. It's not wanting to, but let me see something. I have it on center, multi. There you go. This would be my time to cross the street, but I'm not in a rush. This nature looks really pretty though. Against that brilliant blue sky. I'm gonna put this back to center autofocus. And we should be good. Multi gets blurry really quickly, notably on this. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that segment of this walk. Next up I'm going to be putting this on ultra wide. But if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like. Consider subscribing for more awesome content, and I will definitely see you all in the next video. Here's a McDonald's. See you all next time, man.